Hello, dear friends. Freedom is the breath of life for nations. Josh Bednat Shaw. Opinion piece. Fractured reality. Intense changes. Perfect moment. Global cover-up. End of conflicts. Cycle of turbulence. Sovereignty and roots. Convergence of forces. Cultural fragmentation. New timeline on August 28th. Final chapter of the old world. We are about to take a big turn. Let's start. The year in which reality fractures will be 2026 according to Saratoga Ocean. A powerful convergence is approaching that will shake the foundations of technology, politics, culture, and even spirituality. It will not be a simple crisis or just another cycle. It will be a coalition of forces that will affect every layer of our human experience at once. It will test how rooted we are in our true immortal divine essence. According to Saratoga Ocean, 2026 will not be a crisis or just any cycle. Rather, it represents a coalition of influences that will radically change the way human beings perceive and experience reality. Technology, politics, culture, and spirituality will intersect more powerful than ever. Artificial intelligence will cease to be a tool and become the lens through which billions of citizens perceive reality. Politics will focus on controlling the narrative of reality. An intense battle will be waged to define the reality of civilization. Cultures will be further fragmented into parallel, controlled realities, making objective reality difficult to determine. People are encouraged to be grounded in their essence, rooted like a tree with strong roots in the earth and branches that extend into the cosmos. Stop fixing the world and begin to understand your cosmic purpose and bring higher frequencies into the collective consciousness. Perfect timing. The energy has been very difficult to manage lately due to intense changes, but the timing is perfect now because we're entering the moment to harvest these upgrades for those who are ready, according to Alexander Quinn. In this sense, a new timeline will form on August 28th, an energetic configuration that humanity has not experienced in over 70 years and that will develop until 2027. Uranus, the planet of breakthroughs and sudden changes, will harmonize with Neptune, the planet of dreams and spirituality. This will be positive for the ascension timelines. This energy will feel supportive, like doors opening and inspiration flowing again. Any latent visions leading up to September will awaken a period of internal turbulence and profound improvements. Things have been intense and are changing a lot, even in the physical body, but we are about to turn a corner, especially as we enter this last quarter of the year. A new layer of energy is arriving, and for many, this year's hard work is about to bear fruit. Some have walked alone, others have faced deep fears, and still others have only just begun. But now the path ahead is clear. Feel that subtle shift coming now. We are about to turn a great corner. End of conflicts. According to Rinus Verhagen, the end of conflicts means the end of the old world order. Many things have been set in motion with Putin's visit to Alaska, coinciding with the activation of the QFS in secondary banking system. The globalists are forced to stop the war politically through the QFS, because without money you can't wage a war or introduce a digital currency. With the QFS releases, sealed indictments have also been taken into consideration in order to proceed with mass arrests. There is no immunity under Gisara law in the event of genocide. The hunters will become the hunted. This could be the beginning of the stock market collapse and the demise of the fiat money system. Stolen billions cannot be laundered, and they are caught in their own web of deceit and fraud. Cover. What you are witnessing on the world stage is a superficial cover, an orchestrated performance that masks the tumultuous events unfolding behind the scenes. Many of the world's leaders are struggling to maintain their control, trying to hold on to power as the tide of change, according to Commander Brilliant, begins to sweep across the earth. In this chaotic environment, truth quickly emerges, breaking through the barriers that have kept it hidden for so long. Despite efforts to suppress it, the intricate web of deception that has been woven for thousands of years is beginning to unravel, revealing the underlying reality that has remained hidden from humanity. The reality is that the truth is coming to light, no matter who tries to stop it or how hard they try. Those in power employ various distractions to distort human perception and divert attention from crucial issues in order to keep the population in a cycle of confusion and misinformation. However, many people are beginning to see beyond this facade, recognizing the manipulations at play, and are steadfast in their determination not to forget this moment or ignore what they have learned. Many refuse to allow these distractions to hinder the ongoing process of true revelation. We are seeing a growing number of human beings now standing up for truth and full disclosure. There is a massive awakening, a collective shift in consciousness as a result of many people opening their eyes to the truth that has remained hidden for too long. Reset news. Trump uses Grand Canyon gold to bring down the central bank. Big Square believes in the existence of billions of ounces of untapped gold hidden in restricted areas of the Grand Canyon, concealed by entities seeking to control the economy. Trump calls for halting wine mills. Wine mill blades are made of fiberglass and are not recyclable. They don't work without wind or in very cold temperatures. It takes more energy to refine the metal used in a windmill's foundation that the mill will produce in its entire lifespan. According to Charlie Ward, President Trump has been back in office for 7 months. No media coverage of his inauguration. No UN recognition. Silence from NATO, because his return wasn't celebrated but feared. Since January, agencies have been purged. Secret indictments have been made public. Guantanamo Bay has been expanded, and high-ranking bankers, media executives, and other CEOs have disappeared. Retired? No, detained. According to Tucker Carlson, for centuries, humankind has lived in a prison without walls. This prison wasn't made of iron, but of systems. The banking cages of fiat money and the carefully engineered illusion of scarcity. They fed us with debt instead of riches, and all the while they hid the keys to freedom, but the veil is being lifted. Two forces are emerging, hand in hand, medical beds and the quantum financial system. This isn't just technology, It's a reset of civilization, the hour of revelation. You live in the final chapter of the old world. Every blackout, every market crash, every crisis you see is not chaos, but a transition. The old system is dying. Rumors are not myths, but signs of things to come. Full thought summary. The implosion of the Fed's banks has begun. Evergrande's shares will be delisted from the Hong Kong Stock Exchange on August 25, 2025, imploding under the weight of $300 billion in debt that cannot be repaid. This is just the tip of the iceberg, but $300 billion is not a small feat. The situation is even worse in Europe. A toxic mix of budget deficits and a persistent recession makes France a prime candidate for a sovereign debt crisis. Now France has run out of the free uranium it used to get from Niger, and its nuclear power plants could be shut down. France gets 70% of its electricity from nuclear power, so we could see the country implode. It also exports electricity to other European countries like Spain. Germany is in a similarly dire situation. Last year alone, 64.5 billion euros in direct investment left Germany due to high energy costs. The US cannot shut down the Fed without the help of the rest of the world, especially China. This is because the US economy represents only 15% of global GDP and is the most indebted country in history. The Chinese are willing to cancel this debt if the US solves its infection. The non-communist Chinese have already reached an agreement with the White Hats to create a paradise on Earth. US. The National Guard will be deployed in 19 states. Weather forecast for Washington. A storm is coming, cloudy with the chance of an incursion, says General Flynn. When Trump doesn't wear a tie in the Oval Office, it means he has no ties to the dark side cabal. The FBI raids John Bolton's Maryland home. As Cash Patel says, no one is above law. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.